Hi besties, welcome to the video. My name is Amanda, I am your host, and today we are going to be going through a quick little tutorial of how I spreadsheet a sim in my neighborhood. We are going to be spreadsheeting Fiona Curious, the newest curious child. And I will show you my spreadsheets that I use. There will be links in the description, and yeah, I guess we'll get started with the video. So we have Fiona Curious here. We're going to use some spreadsheets to spreadsheet Fiona. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the master spreadsheet here. So this is the master spreadsheet. It has everyone in the neighborhood in it. Fiona is highlighted here, as you can see, that highlighted row. We've already started filling it out, so her last name is Curious, her first name is Fiona. In relation to the founder of the household, she is the niece. She is baby/toddler right now, and I've already picked her primary aspiration. I usually pick my primary aspirations based on Pleasantsims' Zodiac/aspiration chart. I will also provide a link for that in the description. All the links to all the spreadsheet and everything I'm talking about will be in the description. But I use that chart mostly to decide my aspirations. For Fiona, even though she is, I think, a Virgo, I picked pleasure just because I feel like it suited her better based on her zodiac and stuff like that, and her personality points. And then the first thing we are going to start filling out is our secondary aspiration. So I'm going to open up my secondary aspiration calculator right here. We are going to move it over to the side just like this and minimize that. And then when I go into my game, what I need for my secondary aspiration is my Sims interests. So here are my Sims interests. The calculator is already in order, so I'm just going to start putting in the numbers from the interest into the secondary aspiration calculator. So let's go. As you can see, they are all in order, so I can just go through and put the numbers in. So if we look at the numbers here, the highest number is in pleasure, but Fiona is already a pleasure sim. So, well, right now she's a child, but she will already be a pleasure sim as her primary aspiration. So we will choose the second highest, which is family with 19 points, or not family with 19 points. And then we will go back to our spreadsheet, and now we're going to put input family as her secondary aspiration. Next, I need to know her zodiac sign. Yes, I'm correct. It's Virgo. So that's what's next. I will also be uploading a master copy of this blank spreadsheet for you guys to use. The first two rows are filled in to give you an example of what to do, and then the rest is empty for you to use. And now the next thing we're going to do, even though career is technically next, I do hobby first. So the next spreadsheet I'm going to grab is my hobby generator. We're actually going to run back to the secondary aspiration calculator and copy and paste to make it so much easier, because everything is all in the same order across all of the spreadsheets. So that should make it a lot easier. Fiona's highest number is in games, and I also know that she's very playful, so I know that works for her. So we are going to do her hobby as games. Then I'm going to go to the career calculator. I'm going to input my interests again. Right here we have the hobbies. Fiona, that's why I just did my hobby chooser, so I could input it into the career calculator. Fiona's hobby is games. So in the directions, like in the instructions, it says put a 1 for hobby. I don't listen. I put a 5. I also don't pay attention to this bottom part right here, from art to psychology. These are all the majors, and you can use that if you'd like, but I don't use that. So the highest number here is obviously number 39 here, gamer. So we're going to choose that as Fiona's career for when she grows up. The next thing we're doing is a sub hobby. So this one I kind of choose on my own based on what I think the sim would be into, based on their interests. So I think what I'm going to do for Fiona is, if I look at her personality, she is quite an active sim, but she's also very playful. I am going to probably do, the thing is, I do have a list of sub hobbies that I usually reference. I just don't have it open right now. So I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I think I'm going to do darts for her because that's something that involves standing and she's active. And then the leisure activity is the final spreadsheet we will do. So the leisure activity generator looks confusing. This whole part here with all of these words and stuff, that's irrelevant to you. Disregard that. The only part you actually need to pay attention to is the bottom here. That has all of those zeros underneath each activity. And then over here, this is where you're going to input your information. So again, we're going to take our interest and we're just going to copy and paste. For activity level, if we look at our Sims activity level, if a Sim had 3, 2, or 1 for their activity level, then they would be in the low range of activity and they would be okay with being on the lower range right here. If the Sim had 4, 5, 6, or 7 in the middle range, then they want to be average. They're in the middle range of activity. And 8, 9, and 10, these top 3 right here, that is high range of activity. Those Sims not only wake up early in the morning to work out before they go and do their day, but they also like to stay active and they like to stay fit. So they will stay in the higher range of activity. So basically what I have to do is look here and see what Fiona's activity level is. So obviously she's in the top, she's got 8 active, so she's going to be in the high activity level range. So for each one, you're just going to put a 5. So she's high, so we're going to put 5. The family's income is also in the high range. These are really for you to judge on your own where you want to do these standards. For my income standards, 19,000 and below is pretty much low income. 20,000 to 60,000 is moderate income, and 60,000, 65,000, 70,000 and up is high income. So this family is high income, so we're going to put a 5 there. These are not all the careers, obviously. They are just some of the careers that apply with the leisure activity spreadsheet. So if your Sim is in one of these careers, then you're going to put it in. So Fiona is in the gamer career, so we're going to put a 5 there. And then also for her hobby, we're going to put a 5. And now we go down here and see where we have high numbers. Looks like we have high numbers in Mahjong table, Mahjong, how do I say that? And also arcade machine. So I think I'm going to choose the arcade machine for her as her leisure activity. Arcade machine. Perfect. And then the next column is her partner. She is still a toddler, so she does not have a partner yet. The next column after that is children. Again, she does not have any children, but I can put in for Vidkund that his daughter is Fiona. So then the next column after that is the pet column for when your Sim gets a pet. I usually put what kind of pet it is and their name. And then the last column is favorite colors. So that is basically the whole entire spreadsheet. That is how you spreadsheet a Sim in my world. I guess the last thing I should say that for favorite colors, I choose 2 colors and a neutral. So like red and blue and then black or something like that. And that is how I do my whole entire spreadsheet. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for tuning in. If you'd like to see me on Twitch, play my Sims 2 Uberhood, I am live on Twitch every day from Tuesday to Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. And on YouTube here, I upload videos every Tuesday and Friday at noon Eastern. Yeah. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe or follow me or whatever you need to do. Follow me on socials at TikTok, Threads, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at Vander is Playing. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.